Hello everybody, welcome back to another video review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie No One Lives, starring Luke Evans, written by and directed by, I have no idea what his name is. It's part of this 4-film slasher set. I wanted to see A Horrible Way to Die. I've heard okay things about Alphabet Killer, and I saw most of Hatchet, which is pretty good, but I heard the sequels are better. And No One Lives I actually had high interest in seeing because I saw it on Blu-ray for $11 and I was considering getting it, but then I saw this entire set for the same price, so I figured I'd get the better deal and get all 4 movies, especially since I have none of these. I saw that on Netflix. So what do I think of No One Lives? It's pretty good. It stars Luke Evans. It's very Grindhouse. It looks Grindhouse, it feels Grindhouse, it's all Grindhouse. Now what's the plot of the movie? The plot of No One Lives is Luke Evans plays this guy, he doesn't have a name. In Wikipedia they refer to him as the driver. In the movie, I don't recall them ever calling him that, so I guess that was just a filler name that they had to use to fill the article. And he's trying to move across country with his girl, and then these gang members wind up killing his girl. And this is a minor spoiler, but he had another girl in his car, and it was a girl that he actually kidnapped, and they wind up saving her, the guys who killed the girl that he was traveling with. So obviously, this girl wants Luke Evans' character dead, but she also wants to get away from these mob members. So the movie is one of those bad versus evil type of movies, and it's fun to play around with at times, but I'm just not into it. It makes it kind of confusing as to who I should be rooting for. At some points in this movie, and this one I think did it really oddly. Some points I was thinking I should be rooting for Luke Evans, and the other points I was thinking I should be rooting for the mob guys, but the mob guys, the one is very horrible and the rest are bad, but Luke Evans' character is a complete psychopath. So it just makes the movie kind of confusing. But that's where the fun lies. The fun lies is you don't care about the plot. The plot, I don't care about it. Just watch for the gore, and this movie's gore is fantastic. It's one of the goriest slasher films I've seen. This isn't an action movie, it is a slasher. I wanted to watch it partially because I saw John Wick recently, which I will be reviewing, and the plot loosely reminded me of John Wick, just a guy going on a rampage avenging the death of a certain someone. And I'm a fan of The Punisher, I'm a fan of John Wick, I'm a fan of revenge movies, Straw Dogs, stuff like that. And so I Spit on Your Grave, that was a pretty good one, even though that was a very disturbing movie. The original, I haven't seen the remake. It's not that I'm against seeing it, I just never cared. But No One Lives. The acting in it? No. This movie's acting, no. I do not like this movie's acting whatsoever. Even the girl who's supposed to be, her spirit is just drained from her, dead. Her acting's bad as well. Even for someone who's supposed to be just completely emotionally done, I don't know how. I'm not an actor. I'll never claim to be a good one. But it's kind of phenomenal how someone can make looking emotionless look bad. I didn't think that was possible, but that happened in this movie. Luke Evans was fine. Looks like he was having fun in his role. I want to say I don't like Luke Evans, but I haven't seen him in enough things to actually say I don't like him. I heard Dracula Untold was terrible, but one person actually told me, she said that she liked it. So, who knows? It could be that with Dracula Untold, I'm a big history guy when it comes to that time period, and I actually did a whole report on Vlad the Impaler, so I don't think that was, so that could be just my bias towards that movie, but even though I still did hear that Dracula Untold was pretty bad, even though it wasn't as bad as it looked, but that's still not a selling point. I'm sorry, people. People have to stop using that. It's not as bad as it could have been. That's not a selling point. You're still saying it's bad, but we're not talking about here. We're talking about No One Lives. No One Lives. It lives up to its title. No one in this movie lives. The title in itself is a spoiler. This guy, he kills everybody in this movie, and it's not like it matters because no one in this movie is likable, and the one character who is likable, she dies also, and that's just the way these movies work. That character, there was this show that used to be on when I was in middle school. It was called Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, I think. I swear that's her. She was in that show. I'm almost certain she was in that show. She looks exactly like her, and if she's not, then oh well, I'm wrong. She was actually the best actress in this movie. She was the best. She seemed competent. Everyone else was either kind of exaggerated or just didn't care about what they were doing. Everyone seemed like they were having fun with this movie. That's a good thing, especially Luke Evans. And the gore in this movie is what sells it. The kills in this movie are some of the most relentlessly bloody kills in a slasher film I have seen. I think this was better than, when it comes to gore, I think this is better than Laid to Rest and Chrome Skull. And I also think it did gore better than Hatchet. It's one of the best gore films to come out in recent memory. And this is a very new movie. As far as I know, this came out in 2013, I think. Let's see if it says on here. No, it doesn't say on here when it came out. Oh well, no big deal. We're gonna say it was just a recent movie. Hold on. Okay, this copyright is in 2012. So, yeah, it came out a couple years ago. This is some of the best gore in a recent horror film that I've seen to date. I haven't seen a lot of horror movies come out recently in theaters because there's just not a lot of good horror movies that come out in theaters. This, I think, had a limited release because there's no way a movie like that's going to be released massive. I liked it more than Oculus. Obviously, people who know me know I didn't like Oculus that much, even though a lot of people love that movie. But this isn't the same type of horror movie that Oculus is. This is a straight up splatter film, and it excels massively on that. If you're willing to let reality fly out the window, just ignore the bad acting, ignore the kind of stupid script, some of the weird angles the movie has. Even though there are some creative angles in this movie, I will give it that. And it does look very Grindhouse. This movie looks Grindhouse. It has the grain. I'm not sure if that was intentional or they add that in later, but it looks really cool. On Blu-ray, it might have been cleaned up a little too much, which is why I'm happy I got it on DVD, because DVD still holds a little bit of that, grain to it when a movie has grain. But overall, I give this movie a solid 3.5 because the acting and the writing is just not that good. But the overall fun factor of the movie is bringing it up to that, and the gore is also a plus. So I definitely recommend checking out No One Lives. I do plan on watching A Horrible Way to Die soon. Hatchet is also worth checking out, and Alphabet Killer, I have no idea what that's about. So check out No One Lives, and I will be reviewing John Wick soon. I'll catch y'all later.